there's other people. That door slams, and as soon as it slams, they're like, listen, I wasn't there, all right? It was Robert, it was Terry, Robert and Terry. It was their plan anyway. If anything, I'm an innocent bystander. I was just in the car. Y'all know when y'all arrested us, I was in the back seat. That's for a reason. I wasn't even the getaway driver. I thought we were going to McDonald's. Like, just, there are some people who snitch so fast. Even the police can't write it down fast enough.
You ever notice how some people snitch so fast, even the cops can't keep up with their own notes? Doors slam, and suddenly it's, hey, wasn't me. It was Robert. It was Terry. Their plan, not mine. You know the type, the ones who claim, I was just in the car, or I thought we were heading to McDonald's. Classic getaway driver excuses, right? Now, imagine that level of flip-flopping but in politics. Enter Donald Trump. This guy can dodge jokes, roast TV hosts, even whole monologues like it's nothing. But when Josh Johnson turned Trump's own quick U-turn into a mirror reflecting his and Melania's past, that hit hard. Like those fast-talking crooks who swear to silence, then spill every secret before the ink on their plea deal dries.
Probably not. Probably just being bribed to not say the president's name. Look, I'm no legal expert, but I do find it wild that in this supposed cabal, this supposed billionaire ring of predators, that the only one you caught is the one you ready to make a deal with. And a deal for what? You know what I mean? Exposing more names, bringing other people down. I could be wrong. I don't think I am. And look, I could be wrong. I don't think I am. Because you've already seen Trump float the idea of pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell.
Trump didn't just crack, he volunteered the whole thing. And if you think this political roller coaster is over, buckle up, the next twist is coming at you faster and sharper. All the clips you'll hear? Verified, public, and for commentary. So no conspiracy theories here, just facts. Now here's something wild. In this alleged billionaire predator ring, a supposed cabal of predators, the only person actually caught? The one they're already trying to cut a deal with. And what's that deal for? Dropping more names, dragging others down with them? Sounds familiar, right? Think about it. Trump even floated the idea of pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. Yes, her. In a club full of powerful predators, she's the only one doing time. And Trump's all
floated the pardon. He even was asked by the press if he would pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, and he goes, look, I could, but let's not talk about it right now. What an insane thing to say. You got asked a yes or no question, and you somehow answered worse than yes or no. I've never been doing a test and got a true false and put maybe. I don't know, you the teacher, you tell me.
Trump didn't just
ready testing the waters for her freedom. Let that sink in. It's like catching one kid cheating on a final exam, and instead of punishment, the principal leans in, whispering, maybe we just pretend it never happened. This isn't justice, it's a show. Trump was even asked directly by the press, would you pardon Ghislaine Maxwell? His answer? The political equivalent of a dodgeball? I could, but let's not talk about it right now. Seriously? You get a yes or no question, and somehow your answer is worse than either. I mean, in school, if I got a true or false question and answered maybe, I'd be failing. But Trump? He wrapped his maybe in political fog and handed it to us like a present nobody wanted. But this isn't hesitation, it's careful calibration. The kind of move that only politicians make when they're testing the waters
to float it apart in front of us, maybe to gauge our reaction. Maybe if there's not enough outrage, the pardon will go ahead. And then DOJ goes, have a conversation with Ghislaine Maxwell. And already, I think it was today, just today, she's been moved from the prison and she was in to a minimum security facility somewhere else.
He's already tested
See if the
water.
outrage meter is high enough. If it's not, that pardon slips through quietly while the Department of Justice starts cozying up to Ghislaine Maxwell. And here's the kicker. Just recently, she was moved from a high-security prison to a minimum security facility. That's the kind of cushy upgrade usually reserved for celebrities, not convicted conspirators. While she chats quietly with the DOJ under this new light, the rest of us are left wondering if
Who's genuinely shocked that Ghislaine Maxwell might get a pardon and that she's already been moved to a minimum security prison after being convicted, but then talking to the DOJ under like new light. Anyone who's surprised by that has never watched the first 48 before.
For anyone clutching
justice
their
is being served or just handed out as a loyalty reward. If you're shocked by this, you probably haven't been paying attention to how these cases usually unfold. The moment the cuffs click, loyalty expires. Tough talk turns into
No matter how tatted up, no matter how affiliated, it might even run in the family. They might be somebody who is third generation, but they don't want to be in prison. They don't want to be in jail. And so as soon as they have the opportunity, they tell them everything. Things they didn't even ask.
Some people swear
to
they'll
whispered
take-
deals. People who swore to keep secrets, they spill everything faster than you can blink. Names, dates, even details no one asked for. Some hold out, maybe a couple years in, boredom and no visitors wear them down. Suddenly, silence.
Then you have people who at first don't tell. Then they're ready to talk after like a couple years. You know what I mean? After a couple years, you know, have enough mold on your sandwich that you're like, it's really not worth it. Like, nobody coming to visit me. Like, that's what makes me wonder what must be going through Ghislaine Maxwell's mind. You know what I mean?
Some
feels like a bad investment, not loyalty. And that makes you wonder, what's really going on in Ghislaine Maxwell's head right now? Imagine being in school realizing you forgot your homework. The teacher's asking for it. You scramble, scribbling.
This is, a lot like when you're in school, you didn't do your homework, but you remembered there was homework right as the teacher says, pass up the homework. And so you fighting. You've never worked a pencil harder. You fighting to get words on a page. It doesn't even make sense what you're saying. It's you going over the whole scarlet letter as fast as you can. And then you pass it up. Teacher collects all the papers and you think, maybe I got away with
It's the
something
same
barely
mess-
making sense, hoping to slip under the radar. But then you get called up, and the teacher asks,
Teacher says your name, calls you up to the front. You're like, okay, don't panic. Maybe I did a good job so fast she's impressed. That's a possibility. And then you walk up to the front, and the teacher's like, did you do this just now? And you don't know what to do. You're caught. You're caught. She caught you. But there's another part of you that's like, maybe if I die with the lie, she'll believe me. What? Just now? No, I did this at home. And she's like, you sure? You're like, uh-oh, she's on to me. Yes, I did this at home. And then she was like, oh, okay, great. That's good news. I was worried that you did it just now, which means you wouldn't have your math homework. And then you remembered that this has been math class the entire time.
And then it happened.
did you just do this now? And you panic, caught red-handed. That panic? That's exactly what's happening with Maxwell right now. Trying to cut a deal before the bell rings, before the truth catches up. Meanwhile, the world is obsessed with a phantom list. Names, connections, conspiracies. But for
insane. It feels insane to watch in real time. This is the only person, the one person that got caught, the one person that's being held accountable. And everybody's so obsessed with like the idea of a list or more people or whoever they want to be on the list being on the list that they forget that there were real people that deserve justice.
The part that scrambles
Gets there
your
are real people waiting for justice. The absurdity? Out of this entire billionaire predator network, only one person faces consequences. And instead of focusing on her crimes, everyone chases shadows. And just when you think it couldn't get any crazier, Trump steps in. Not to bring closure, but to stir the pot again. Instead of ending the Epstein chapter, he's tossing in a curveball, talking about pardons. Yeah.
So many ties to Donald Trump, Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein, that even a pardon just feels like it would be happening in our faces, right? There's no misunderstanding about the conflict of interest. There's no misunderstanding about what her role is if she does testify in front of Congress or whoever. And there's no misunderstanding about what the quid pro quo is between the two of them.
In the end,
You heard that right. A pardon for Diddy. Who? Exactly. While everyone's busy with this mess, Trump decides to add more chaos to the mix. And this isn't just a distraction, it's a lifestyle choice. One that leaves even folks outside prison sweating about who gets the next get-out-of-jail-free card. You gotta ask, why would he pardon Diddy? Maybe he's planning ahead. Because if Diddy walks out, Trump's stamp on that pardon is the final cherry on this crazy Sunday. So just when you think things can't get any more bizarre, enter 50 Cent, yes, the rapper, throwing gasoline on this already flaming dumpster fire. The moment he hears Trump might pardon Diddy, 50 Cent isn't just sitting back. No way, he's on the attack. This guy starts trolling like a pro, posting every nasty thing Diddy ever said about Trump, tagging the former president like flashing neon signs, "Is this your friend, Mr. President?" It's like he's weaving a public noose, choking any hope Diddy had of an easy get-out-of-jail card. Meanwhile, Trump's press secretary, poor Karen, must be fighting a private battle. Every day. Because only Trump could treat managing multiple scandals like a magic trick. Wave one mess in front of the cameras, sneak another under the radar, and pray nobody notices. Behind the podium, Karen's not answering questions anymore. She's probably doing some kind of spiritual cleansing, hoping to exorcise this chaos before it consumes them all. And speaking of chaos, here's where things get really tangled. Jeffrey Epstein. The name everyone's been whispering for years, the elephant in the room nobody wants to face head-on. Epstein was supposed to be history, buried deep in the past, a closed chapter. But no. Trump's administration keeps blocking the release of files, documents, and any juicy details about Epstein's mysterious clients, the rich, famous, and powerful who hobnobbed with him. And that's got people furious. When Stephen Colbert steps up, he's not tiptoeing around. He charges full force into the topic Trump desperately avoids, Epstein's secrets. Colbert lays it all out like a true crime trailer. The clients, the files, Epstein's suspicious death in federal custody, right when he was taken off suicide watch. The timing? Perfectly suspicious. Trump's own allies teased revelations that never came. Now instead of exposing the truth, Trump fights tooth and nail to keep it sealed shut. And when pressed by reporters, he doesn't just dodge, he snaps, swears, and shows us this is the one thing that truly rattles him. He calls the Epstein scandal boring, tries to wave it off like last season's failed TV show. But the irony? That dismissal is the loudest alarm bell anyone could hear. Because when the most explosive scandal of the century is dismissed as dull, that's when you know there's something really worth hiding. And just when you think this political circus can't get any crazier, Trump's fallback move kicks in, blaming everyone else. Comey, Obama, Biden, they're all to blame for the Epstein files. It's the political version of, my dog ate my homework, but with imaginary dogs and classified papers. Then Trump goes nuclear, publicly telling his own supporters they're suckers if they buy into this Epstein hoax. Imagine running a fan club and announcing half your members are idiots you don't want anymore. That's not damage control. That's self-sabotage on Wi-Fi. And of course, when cornered, Trump's default move is to throw a red meat distraction to his base, usually a juicy Obama roast. But Colbert doesn't let him off the hook. Instead, he paints Trump's defense as a snooze fest, comparing the Epstein saga to a movie so dull the audience falls asleep. Eyes wide shut, anyone? Late-night math doesn't lie. Only 3% of American adults are satisfied with what's been released. A move designed to keep power protected and justice deferred. This isn't just a scandal. It's a test of America's commitment to truth and accountability. Can a system built on the rule of law hold the mighty to the same standards as the rest of us? Or will money, influence, and political power continue to rewrite the rules? The answer isn't in smoke-filled back rooms or carefully worded press statements. It's in the voices of survivors demanding to be heard, in the relentless pursuit of reporters exposing every hidden truth, and in the eyes of the public refusing to look away. Because make no mistake, silence is the accomplice here. Every time we ignore corruption or let powerful people off the hook, we write a new chapter in a story that will haunt generations. So what can you do? Stay informed, share the truth, hold leaders accountable, no matter how untouchable they seem. This story is far from over, and as long as there's a spotlight, there's hope, because justice is